It's going to be a quick live. I still didn't even take a shower. I got my wife's cousin is coming over. Gonna have a little family day. A little good eating, some pool fun. But I haven't been sleeping so good. With this whole 1 for 10 going through the conversion of Ape to AMC, and yeah, I feel completely robbed and completely screwed, just like you do. The reality definitely seems like it's setting in with me now. Um, that I'm probably not going to recover my money, but I'm trying to remain optimistic. It's hard. It's hard, but I'm trying. I'm still, and maybe I'm foolish. Maybe I'm just an idiot to think that maybe this guy could still do the right thing. Adam Aron, like maybe he'll still do the right thing. Maybe he claimed all this time he was begging the court that he needed money and he wants to pay down the debt. Well, let's see what this guy does. But the question is, will he have any more of these meet and greets? That's the question I'm asking myself. And I'm not trying to sound like threatening. I mean, honestly, he's a psycho to do it. There's a lot of angry retail investors. There's a lot of people who lost a tremendous amount of money. Their life was altered. And this Mameluke piece of garbage, used and abused us. And I just would find it to be very surprising if this guy's going to be doing his meet and greets. I wonder if like Phil for real will still be that excited. Phil for real was one of the people who defended Adam Aron this whole time. Me and Phil for real, people don't remember this, actually used to be friends. He helped me get into Fidelity, and we were always close. Not close in the sense that we actually hung out outside of YouTube, but just in the sense that we kind of had the same conviction for AMC, and we both wanted to win, and we both wanted retail to win. But he was a big advocate and a defender of Adam Aron. And, when I made that video a long time ago, AMC is a scam, and I was referring to Adam Aron, and I was referring to the AMC board of directors, that's when me and Phil for real had our first grudge and our first beef. I understand what you're saying, Hammond Mike won. Reverse stock splits is always bad news. And historically, they destroy companies, and I understand. And listen, let's face the fact. Why do companies do this? They do this because they're on the verge of getting delisted. They do this because they're on the verge of bankruptcy. That's why they do it. This is not a good thing for investors. It's kind of like a rescue plan for the company. And, what really affected me the most about Judge Zern was this, what affected me, this settlement, this garbage, whatever it is, $125 million settlement, which is peanuts. It wasn't like, I don't even know how much it is, $30 for apes. I just nothing. I don't even know. It's like garbage, peanuts, trash. She actually wrote, I don't know if you saw this, that investors do not have the right to privately sue. I was reading, it's like 110-page friggin' filing, and I was reading it, that investors don't have the right to privately sue. In other words, we have to take this settlement where the sun doesn't shine and suck on it the way Lou sucks on friggin' Tyrone and Jamal's friggin' schlong. Hey, Kane, what's up, Cigar King? Sam the Great. You're always breaking my balls, this guy. One day he's my friend, next minute he's breaking my balls. You lost all your money. Terrible, man. No heart, no compassion. Kane, it's all we could really do, right? All we could do is we've been delivered the shit. You understand? I guess we have to somewhat eat it. Hope there's a couple of peanuts in there at least, something that has a form of protein. I don't. It's a bad situation when you're giving shit on a platter. You're giving shit on a platter. It's not a good situation. At this point, because of this 1 for 10, having LA Mike won, I mean AMC would have to go up a shitload, bro. A lot. Well into like the hundreds, for me to kind of get even, man. I mean, look, Goldman Sachs feels it could go to 175. I wouldn't be even. No way. But I'm looking more like 4 or 500. I don't know. I kind of like don't even think about it, to be honest with you. I just I don't know. It's such an effed up situation that you kind of lose all form of rational thought. Like I'm at this point. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking if Adam Aaron will have the balls to have what those meet and greets he does throughout the country, and everybody is smiling, taking pictures with him. You think you'd do that again at this point? I would think you would have to be crazy to do that again. Yes, I saw the Mullen reverse stock split. Yes, you know, um, I didn't have a lot of Mullen, Cigar King. I know that you were the one who brought it up to me, by the way. He forgets, Sam the Great. He forgets that guy sent me constant messages. Apefather, Mullen, you need to get involved. And I'm not blaming you. Listen, I told you I get involved on small levels with these plays. I don't go, you remember, I don't go crazy though. I don't go nuts. Yeah, I got some Mullen, but it's the reason I don't mention it. The reason I only mention 4 plays, listen to me, is because it all depends on how much I have. I have a significant amount of money in AMC. I have a significant amount of money in GameStop, and then my number 3 and my number 4 is MBOT and Nano Dimensions. I have other plays, but there's such little money. Like if I throw $500 into a play, I'm not gonna like be a cheerleader. I'm not gonna jump up and down in joy. But when you have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, like I have at AMC, you tend to prioritize that a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, listen, we saw the history of Adam Aaron. Adam Aaron sold at the highs. You know, that's when I started really waking up. I started waking up to the bullshit because remember he was talking all that bullshit. Oh, I want to retire, and everybody was defending him. I remember everyone was defending Adam Aaron back then. They're like, he's got to think of his retirement. Oh, everyone felt bad for him, and I'm thinking to myself, but why would a CEO sell if he really felt confident in his company and not just sell one time? Multiple. The guy sold well over $50 million. It's a lot in AMC. And the thing is that he would have never had the opportunity to do so if it wasn't for the retail investor. If we would saved the company, his stock would have been worth friggin' zero. Company was on the verge of bankruptcy. We brought that company up to $72 a share, 73. I mean, he owes us his whole life. Adam Aaron owes us his whole life. And what bothers me, if I was Adam Aaron, look, if you're gonna bend someone over, you understand, and do them raw, which is kind of what he did to us. I don't know, give them like some courtesy, throw them a little KY, throw them a little Vaseline. Like I feel I just feel like he's not throwing us anything. Like throw us something, just fucking popcorn. You're throwing us popcorn. Like Adam Aaron should just be like, every AMC investor should at least get free movies. Just something. I know it sounds ridiculous, but free movies for the rest of your life. Free, at least throw us. Okay, I know he's not going to give us free concessions, but maybe throw us like a certain dollar amount in free concessions that would be justified based on your position or what you've lost, or I just feel like I guess I'm a different type of a personality. See, I'm a type of a person. You understand that if I feel I did something wrong in life, if I did something wrong to someone, I want to justify it. I want to do something to make it up to them, to make them feel better. But I don't have the heart. You might hate me, all of you people, but you don't realize I'm just not that type of a personality. I have to do something right for someone. I have to set it right. But there are people in this world that are like equivalent to the devil, and they have no heart, they have no empathy, they have no sympathy, and he just doesn't care. And neither does Judge Zerd. Like Judge Zerd, she totally turned into a complete friggin' biatch. I mean, she doesn't care at all about us. She's saying that the settlement is fair for both parties. How is it fair for both parties? You're giving $125 million to 3 to 4 million apes. How the FUCK does she feel that's fair? How is that fair? Then you're telling us we can't privately sue? That really got my friggin' balls on fire. You can't privately sue? I don't know. She's like, well, that would be bad for the company. But at some point, it can't always be about the company. That's what I hate about Wall Street in general. That's what I hate. It's always about the company. It's like the company has this lotto ticket to always get out of fire. And no one seems to give a shit about the retail investor. Like if we burn, it's fine. We could lose everything. We could lose all of our life savings. We could lose all of our money, and that's totally acceptable. But the company must live on. What's up, Eric Blake? Yeah, threshold list failed to delivers. No one seems to give a shit about this. Teddy Zaid has told everybody about AMC. Well, listen, in all honesty and fairness, Teddy won't admit it, but Teddy pumped AMC as well. Look. You all forget about Teddy Zaid when he said Lambo July with AMC. You all forget about that, but it's okay. He owes Tyrone and Jamal some cheeks. Drake Cash, what's up, brother? He does not care. He's laughing straight to the bank. Very true. The question is, will he be laughing at his next meet and greet? See, we should all what we should do to mess with Adam Aron's head. We should all send him I like to call it Twitter, but now it's X. We should all send him a message on X, be like, Adam, when is your next meet and greet? Just fuck with him, mess with his head. Be like, we're all reserved. We're all coming. You think he'd have the balls to show up? Lunar, what are you going to do now? What can you do in this situation? Bro, I got a hold. What are you going to do? What am I going to do? There's nothing you can do. What do you do? You know what I mean? Look, I already considered AMC a loss. I had a conversation with my wife about this a long time ago. And I said, there's a very strong possibility I will not recover my money. And we just, like I said to you, I'm not trying to give myself credit, but I had the foresight to see this coming a long time ago. And I just stopped putting a lot of money in the stock market. That's what it was. And I started making adjustments. I started selling off assets. I started raising money, and I started diversifying my portfolio, and I worked it out. It really doesn't matter to me if you all accept this or not, because you really don't have to accept it. But I worked it out where 90% of my money is protected, in terms of real estate, in terms of cash, in terms of gold. And I've been talking, listen, for all you people that hate me, and I know a lot of you hate me, I've been telling people for the longest time, and I know none of you will give me credit, but I've been saying for the longest time, I said gold, cash. I've been saying it. But I know that none of you are going to give me credit, and you're all going to say I'm full of friggin' shit, but it's fine. I always said to you, in this administration, in these times of inflation, in these times of everything happening with the stock market and Powell and all these fears and uncertainty, I said cash is king. I always say cash is king. I've been saying it for the longest time. I know no one will give me credit, no one. But you see, it turns out that I was right. And the more and more I feel, all this crazy shit going on in this world, I still feel, despite what Lou says, Lou's like cash is dead, the dollar is dead. Lou feels Ripple is the future. Lou feels XRP. XRP is what, 63 cents? I don't even know what it was last time I checked. XRP is not the future. That's what Lou says. But yeah, cash, in my opinion, and gold will always be king. But again, it's not financial advice. I don't give financial advice. I'm an entertainer. Remember that. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes only. Back to the Future 99. The decision on Friday is not final. Yeah, but I got to tell you, Back to the Future, and I'm not trying to sound like FUD here, but Judge Zern made it pretty clear. Like I read that 110, page friggin' statement and that filing, that she's pretty confident in her decision. And I don't think she's changing her mind. I mean, I guess is it possible that we could appeal? I guess if enough people voted against it, I don't know. I always said that though, Hammond, LA Mike. I said, if you're going to get involved in cryptocurrencies, this is another thing I've been saying for the longest time. I said, I'd rather deal with the king. I don't want to deal with the queen, She's your queen to be. XRP is the queen and Bitcoin is the king. I've been saying it for the longest time. If you're going to deal with something, deal with the king, baby. I'm not spreading FUD, Detective Pikachu. I'm spreading facts. F Adam Aron, I agree with you, Peggy. F him, Pulp Fiction style. Real Aqua. Lou was so connected with Wall Street insiders. He put out a video after yesterday's drop and didn't even know the decision. I did you see my video on that? Well, actually, I think it was actually during a live stream. I was talking about it. Lou, this is the proof that Lou doesn't own AMC. And if he does, he owns like one share. The guy has like one single share of AMC. Obviously, Lou, I want you all to think about this. Lou claims to not only be an investor, right? Lou claims to have secret connections, Wall Street insiders, and he doesn't know the decision has been made that the 1 for 10 is going through, that Ape is being converted into AMC, that the settlement is approved. Lou doesn't know this. Lou is trying to justify the drop. He was like, look, these things happen. You can't expect AMC to stay at $5 forever. No, the thing is, you got to wake up and smell the coffee. Lou doesn't have a portfolio. Bottom line, I'm sorry to break it to all of you that love Lou. Lou doesn't even own XRP. I got news for all of you. Lou is just a dude. Look, it's fun. You want to watch him for entertainment. I want you to watch me for entertainment too. Lou is a guy who looks for a talking point. He looks for a hot topic. AMC. Look, I don't care what any of you say. Okay. I have proven over and over and over again, like that guy, Crypto Fan. He's like a psychopath. He's like, you don't own any AMC. Mother effers. I have made video after video after video showing I have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds. And you saw many videos where I proven to all of you I've been holding. I proved to all of you I am down a tremendous amount. I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to prove. And if I was ever audited by the SEC, I have the facts. I have the proof that I own AMC and that I have invested tremendous amounts of money. So that's all that matters in the end. Lou never showed his portfolio. As far as we know, because he got a postcard, everybody makes a big deal. Oh, he's on a listing, Paulie. A big deal. You could be on a list, you could own one share. He owns one share, the friggin' bum. Scott Jones just had a 12-ounce ribeye. Now that sounds delicious. Sliced fruit on the side and a bacon. Nice. Tremendous. I got rid of Ape. I made videos on this, having LA Mike. I pretty much got rid of all of my Ape long time ago. It was the equivalent to what I had at AMC, and I got rid of it and I put it back at AMC. Wall Street versus Main Street. Listen, it should be, you want to know what the question really should be? Organized apes versus unorganized apes. That's the real question, Peggy. We got to get effing organized. We got to stop depending on people in this world. Like I think that Judge Zern should be the final proof that we cannot trust anyone, that no one has our back, that no one has our best interest, and it is up to us and only us to set things right. What's up, Data Zero? Do it. Donahue George said, even with the 10 for 1, it still doesn't help out the short sellers because there could be trillions of shares to buy back. Here's what I feel about that. Okay, here's what I feel about that. I feel that in theory, we could still beat the short sellers. But the question is, will we have the confidence to keep buying AMC? Will we buy AMC at $25 a share? Will we buy AMC at $30 a share? I don't know. See, that's the thing. And for the love of God, if you're going to buy AMC, don't you think at this point you got to stop using payment for order flow platforms? Do you think? What do you think? There are still lunatics that are buying on Robinhood. That's the only thing about Teddy Zane I don't like. Look, he's a good guy, Teddy, but I want to strangle him when he keeps promoting Robinhood and Webull and all that shit. Like, he's a friggin' psychopath. People have to stop using these payment for order flow. I mean, it's amazing. Even now, you would think after all of the chaos, after all of the corruption, after Ken Griffin shoving it up our friggin' where, after all of this, people are still friggin' buying on Robinhood. It's psycho shit, man. Right, Kate? It's crazy, man. Just finished smoking a fatty. That sounds like something I want to do right now. Nice. That's the thing. I believe in cannabis, just not to divert from the conversation, but I believe in cannabis. I actually do believe sundial could do well. I believe it's very low. I believe that there's a lot of big things coming up in September, and I just think that cannabis could do very well. Cannabis stocks. I do. I'm not a financial plan. I got to just watch everything I say. Just know this: everything I'm saying to you is for entertainment purposes only. But I do believe enough in cannabis stocks that I'm looking to get involved. I'm looking to get involved in a good number, maybe two or three of them. Look, you're only out, Kane, when you sell. Remember that. That's the key to life. It's like Yogi Berra, baby. It ain't over until it's over. I did not hear a fat lady say, look, I know that none of you want to hear it. And I know that when I say this, it infuriates all of you. That's why I'm afraid to say it. But is it possible that this friggin' Mama Luke, Adam Aron, is it possible that he's going to get all this new money now? He's going to sell, shares, and he's making money with Ape, and he's going to get all this money, dilution. Is it possible he's going to pay down the debt? What do you think? You think he's really going to do the right thing, or you think he's just going to try to improve the balance sheet and make the balance sheet look good? In other words, just have cash on hand. And you know what cash on hand means? That's what we got to have the protest, man. We got to have the biggest protest the world has ever seen in Kansas City, man. If this mother effer doesn't even pay down the debt, man, that's just the complete F you, go F yourself, go F your family to me. That if he doesn't pay down the debt. Because I heard Tony De Niro talking about that. He was like, Adam Aron might just want to make the balance sheet look better. And I'm thinking, so what does that mean? In other words, he just wants to keep money in the bank. That didn't work for Adam Aron. We gave him, remember something, guys and girls, we gave him a surplus. He had over $2 billion. He had over $2 billion with the effing Nicole Kidman commercial, with friggin' Highcroft, with all the insiders getting their friggin' bonuses and their increased pay and comp packages, and Adam Aron paying himself $24 million a year. So this whole keeping cash in the bank thing is not good for us, and we really need to make a stand. If this piece of human trash doesn't even pay down the debt, I don't know how you're going to feel about it, but that's going to be like my final countdown, Europe style, man. Atlas, he doesn't do well with the money he's gotten. That's true. DWAC will go to 100. Well, listen, I got to disagree with you on that, having LA Mike. I got to disagree with you on that. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. We saw DWAC go as high. What was it? Almost 200. And that was just a mere mention. That was just a sizzle. That was just a mere mention that Trump was getting involved and that, Truth Social was his plan. And, DWAC was going to be the company that, to take it, the SPAC to take it public. And that was just a sizzle. So are you trying to make me believe that if DWAC actually completes this merger, are you trying to expect me to believe that DWAC will only go to 100? Are you expecting me to believe if Trump becomes the next president of the United States, after all of these indictments, after the Democrats doing everything in their power to take this guy down, and he's victorious, V for victory? Are you expecting me to believe that he becomes the president, that Truth Social becomes the biggest thing in the friggin' world, possibly even bigger than X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it? You think DWAC would only go to 100? No, I think DWAC will go a hell of a lot higher than that. And I do believe it is a possibility to be the next Boaz. And I do have my eyes on DWAC. And I do plan on getting involved now. And I do plan on making DWAC a priority. I have to be honest with you, because I am a Trump supporter. Look, here's the way I see it. You want me to sum up DWAC for you? Okay, I'm going to sum up DWAC. If Trump becomes the president, let's start with that. If Trump becomes the Republican nominee and then goes on to beat Biden for the presidency, DWAC completes the merger. And Truth Social goes public. Listen to me. This thing is gonna blow up, man. This thing could go to 500. Could go even higher. What are you talking about, 100? Well, that's what I'm trying to say, Real Aqua. I'm trying to say we need to do it in steps. We need to do it in steps. Donald Trump has to win the presidency. You understand? DWAC has to complete the goal. No more extensions, no more bullshit. They need to complete the merger. And if all of that happens, I actually don't only think DWAC will go up. You got to keep your eyes on Mark. You got to keep your eyes on Fun, because remember, they're all connected. Go Trump, baby. Trump 2024. Make America great again. So that's what I feel about DWAC. But remember, you all understand, I am not telling you to buy DWAC. I am not telling you I am a financial planner, because that's all I get, especially from that bull breaker, Detective Pikachu. He just every comment I read, you're giving us financial. I am not giving anyone financial advice. You need to do your own DD, and you have to make decisions that are best for you. Don't listen to me. I'm an entertainer. I'm a YouTuber. Just some guy from Brooklyn that now lives in Jersey. Not trying to come across like Lou, that I have insider connections. I don't have any insider. The only insider connections I have is a porterhouse steak I'm about to eat. Look, nobody could deny that when Trump was in office, that the stock market was doing amazing. It was so easy, like back then, to make money. I wasn't even trying to make money. Like I showed all of you, I was in the stock market throughout that whole duration of Trump's presidency. I showed all of you that I was making money. I was killing it on Tesla. My father destroyed it on Tesla. My father, may he rest in peace. My father made a fortune. You want to know what's crazy? I remember during the coronavirus, I owned, a ticker symbol CAR. And I got to tell you something, man. I should have held that shit. I don't know why. Hertz went into bankruptcy. I was like, this thing is gonna take the F off. And it did. That thing went to friggin' Pluto, man. I had like 5,000 shares. I'm just curious to see something. I'll be right back. 1 second. I just looked at Avis, and it was just now at $231 a share. I saw when it had that little squeeze, it went up to 500 a share. I had like 5,000 shares of that bad boy at like $10 a share. Oh, I would have made millions on that. So this is what I'm saying. This was all happening when Trump was in office, and everyone's breaking his balls. He did a terrible job with coronavirus. He did a terrible job with this. He did a terrible job. What are you all talking about? Unemployment was at the all-time lows. The economy was doing phenomenal. The stock market was doing phenomenal. And I just look, I'm not trying to be biased, but look, he did what was in his power. He stopped all travel. He shut everything down as soon as he found out about it. He rushed Pfizer. He rushed all these companies to come up with a vaccine. What else do you want him to do? This was a global tragedy. This was the whole world was suffering. People forget, they think it's just America. This was a global, and it wasn't the United States' fault. You have to put the blame on China. You have to, you're blaming President Trump. What about friggin' China? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's the truth. I don't want to get into politics, but no wars under Trump. That's right. I mean, my God, what he did was incredible. We thought that we were going to be attacked by North Korea, but remember with King Jong-un, we were, and you know what I love about Trump is that he treated Kim Jong-un. He treated him like a friggin' Babaluke. What do you call him, Rocket Man? Like you got to give Trump credit, the balls he has, to call him Rocket Man. Come on, that is friggin' tough, man. He was the first president that crossed that line, in North Korea. Like he walked over that line with Kim Jong-un. No other president in history did that. It just shows you the balls he has. He's not a chump. He's got gigantic diamond balls of steel, man. What's up, CC? Well, you know what it is? What I like about Trump is that he's a man's man. He's a New Yorker. See, you have to understand, I'm a New Yorker, first and foremost. I come from Brooklyn, and there's just a certain New York vibe, and he's got that. He don't take no shit from nobody. That's what Billy Joel says. He closed out every concert. He goes, don't take no shit from nobody. And that's what I love about Donald Trump. He doesn't take any shit from nobody. And that's the way you got to be, man. You got to be strong. You can't be no getting pansy. And he puts his balls on the table. Kim Jong-un says, you want to come over here to North Korea? He went there. He walked with him. He's not afraid. That's what you got to be, the world leader. You got to be tough, man. You make a really good point for D-Walk. Thank you, Dre Cash. Trump needs to win. Well, that's the thing. Obviously, got to take this step by step. Trump's got to win the presidency. D-Walk's got to complete the merger. And then whoever would say to me, if those two things occurred, that D-Walk is not going to go on fire, you're smoking a blunt that is the size of the Empire State Building. I mean, who would believe that if those two things occurred, that Trump wins the presidency, D-Walk completes the merger? You're telling me that thing's not going to shoot up to the friggin' high heavens? Of course it is. It's going to go to 100. What are you, nuts? That thing is going to, listen, that thing went to almost $200 a share just on the mere mention, just on sizzle. It went to almost $200 a share, D-Walk. That if all of that stuff takes place, yeah, I believe D-Walk could go. I think D-Walk can be a Volkswagen. I think he'd go to 1,000 a share. I do. I'm sorry. I believe it. I believe it. But all of those things would have to take place first, in my opinion. So I look like a psychopath here. I got my friggin' SpongeBob pillow here. How you doing? I look like a complete lunatic, right? I got my SpongeBob pillow here. My friggin' bed is a mess. I toss and turn like a fat Italian man. All my blankets ripped off my bed here. How you doing? But Apefather doesn't care about appearances, as you can see. Apefather doesn't get embarrassed. Look, I'm not here to be Tom Cruise. I'm not here to be Brad Pitt. I'm here to be a fat, hairy Italian friggin' man. Tony Soprano in the house, baby. I'm not here to impress anybody. I hate people like that, you know? Kane, just for you. What do you mean just for you? You mean just for my pillows? I like Kane's a great man, and his grandson is very talented. I heard a lot of people talk about that hip hop live spot. Oh, just be you. Oh, thank you, Kane. I heard about that. I know a lot of people are talking that game. You know, oh, it's time for puts. Let's put AMC out of business. Let's put them in bankruptcy. You know, the only way I would be for that, and I got to watch what I say, is if we were planning to acquire AMC. You want to know what I would love to see happen? I would love to see AMC go bankrupt. Well, just hear me. I know that our money's on the line. I know you're like, what are you, nuts, Apefather? But if we were all organized, and our plan was to actually acquire AMC, hey, I would be open-minded to almost anything. But again, it's not a solicitation for an investment. What I am saying is not financial advice. It is just entertainment. We're talking for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, I wouldn't mind something like that. See AMC go into bankruptcy, but with the intention of acquiring it. Oh, it's something to think about. But we got to get organized. You know, we got to get organized. We can't have friggin' 20 people in my live stream or 10 people or 5 people in my live stream. We have to have millions of people on my damn live stream. I wish there was a way I could get everybody in on this, but we would have to be organized. That's why I always give out my email. Feel free to contact me if you ever have ideas. I'm sorry, honey. Just give me 1 second. My wife just walked in. What's up, Jen?
I just want to let you know, cousin Marge is here.
Okay.
And, we plan to go in the pool.
Can I have a little pool fun?
Yeah. Whenever you're ready. I mean, it kind of breaks.
My wife is so she knows I'm very angry with the whole AMC thing, and she's been very nice to me. Thank you, Jen, for being very loving. She's been very supportive to me. I even got lucky a few times, but don't tell anybody. She's like, no, don't say this. I got to keep my wife jokes going. Back to the Future says hello to you.
Hi, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. You got to come for a swim in the 8 pool. Yes. We're all going to go jump in.
Yeah, so whenever you're ready.
You know, I just try to keep enjoying my life. You know, I'm not going to let money. Let me just say this. Money can always be made again. Can I say this to all of you? And in some cases, you know, money, you know, I know that you think you can't make it again. You see, because people think like here's an example. Like, let's say I lost $200,000. To a lot of people, that's a large sum of money, right? That's like, you feel like Apefather, you're not making 200,000 again. But what you don't understand is look at Mike Tyson. You know, Mike Tyson at one time had $500 million that he basically squandered. And if you look at it, he's made back a lot of money. He's worth maybe 10 or 15 million now. I remember one time I saw this article I was reading on Shaquille O'Neal, and he said the first $1 million check he got, right? He said he went out, he bought a Mercedes Benz for himself. It was like an S600, friggin' AMG, totally like just total sport, ripped up, looked like friggin' awesome, man. Big time money. So his father goes, hey, I want one of those cars, right? Shaquille O'Neal. So he bought his father the same car. Now they have two of them, and the mom saw the car, Shaquille O'Neal's mom. She goes, I want that car. So he said that the first $1 million he made, he spent all of it on 3 Mercedes Benz, one for himself, one for his father, and one for his mother. And as we all know, Shaquille O'Neal's a legend, went on to become a tremendous success, not just in basketball, but in business. And it just goes to show you, you can make money back. So again, I'm not trying to say we're not going to win on AMC. I'm not saying that. I got to watch everything I say. I'm not saying that. I'm holding, you're holding. We want good things to happen. Hopefully this Mama Luke will pay down the debt. Hopefully Goldman Sachs prediction of AMC going to a price target of $175 happens, and it goes even further. But remember, we could always make money back again. Who knows? You could take 25,000, throw it in DWAC, right? Just hear me out for a second, right? Trump becomes the president, right? Next thing you know, DWAC completes the merger, and your 25,000 turns into a friggin' million, right? Who's to say that won't happen? Who's to say? That's what I'm trying to make all of you understand is that, look, I understand that we're all embedded here with AMC and we got our tremendous amounts of money in it. But just remember, there could be a silent dragon waiting for us, like that movie, Red Dragon, I'm freaking losing my mind here. You know what it is, hip hop? It's that I didn't say 100% what my plans are for AMC. So you're jumping the gun. Okay, you're jumping the gun. I said to you, if you're listening closely, which obviously you're not listening closely, I said that there are other opportunities and other ways to make money besides AMC. And I have more money. I don't think you understand that, Hip Hop Live Spot. I'm not just dedicated to whatever I have at AMC. I have other money. And if I feel like I want to make a move, like I said with DWAC, okay, there's other opportunities. There's always other opportunities. But I'm not going to sell at a tremendous loss, you sick lunatic. I'm not going to do that. Listen, Hip Hop Live Spot, you're not understanding. Goldman Sachs still has a price target on AMC for $175. There's a possibility, and I'm being conservative here. I know I am. That Adam Aron might pay down the debt, and he is going to have large sums of money. So there's a possibility that AMC might wind up getting new investors right now. I know that none of you want to hear. See, we're all burnt out. We're all burnt toast. I'm burnt toast. You're burnt toast. But there's other people that might start investing in AMC now that never ever knew any of this took place. Never knew anything we went through for the past 2 to 3 years. They have no idea what happened. And they're simply investing in it because fundamentally the company looks better. And you might start to attract, hedge funds again that might go long now on it. Everyone's thinking they're going to short it, but it's a possibility they might go long on it. And you might have institutional investors, new retailers. I know you don't want to hear this. I know nobody wants to hear this, but I got to try to be a little optimistic. And I know everybody's telling me to go F myself. You're a piece of shit. But what do you want me to do? You want me to just be this negative friggin' Nancy? What do you want me to do? I got to remain somewhat positive. I have young Kuda, listen to me. 90% of my money, and I'm going to say this to all of you again. I keep saying it. Like, no matter how much I say this, I feel like either you're not listening to me or you're disregarding what I'm saying to you. 90% of my money is not in the stock market. I'm going to repeat that. 90% of my money is not in the stock market. I have money in gold, bonds, cash. Okay, I have other money. Okay, and the money I have in the stock market, I could afford to lose. Like, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if I lost all the money I have in the stock market. I would still have a beautiful house. I would still have a respectable amount of precious metals. I would still have a respectable amount of cash. So everybody keeps saying that to me. They're like, Apefather, don't risk the boat. I'm not risking the boat. No, it's 10% of my net worth, a regulator. I know you won't accept it, but it's 10% of my net worth. Guys, you don't know my business. Nobody I don't say a lot to all of you. I don't you don't know a lot about me. Let's just put it to you this way. All of you think that the only thing I have going for me is AMC. You don't understand that I have other things. And I don't want to get into it too much. I decided that YouTube is got to be like there has to be like a fair line. You understand? There has to be a fine line that I'm not going to cross. Like what? I don't have to reveal everything about my life to all of you people. Like, I mean, listen, I love all of you. I think you're my brothers. I think you're my sisters for the ladies. But why do I have to reveal everything to all of you? Look, just know this. You know I'm living good. You know I'm about to jump into my $75,000 pool. You know I'm going to eat porterhouse steaks. You know I'm going to eat like a king. That's it. Just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. Ow! How do you know I didn't get it already? Oh, what did I tell all of you about my wife's settlement? What did I tell all of you? See, you don't know things. I said to you when we get the settlement, it's going right into a trust for Mike and for Sophia. How do you know? I'm not gonna look. All I wanted to do was prove to all of you this is what I wanted to do with my wife's settlement. Can I tell you what I wanted to do? I wanted to prove to you we were getting $1 million because everybody's got this impression like I'm poor. I wanted to prove to you that we were getting that money. That's it. You don't need to know anything else. You don't need to know what we're doing with the money. You don't need to know how we're spending the money. It's none of your business. It's none of your business. Iron Mike and Sophia set for life. But you see, young Kuda, I don't consider them set for life. I aspire to do better in my life. You know what I mean? I'm not listening. Can I tell you what I feel about money? See, like I'll give you an example. The regulator claims he's worth $75 million or some shit. All right, let me go through my categories of what I feel about money. If you're worth 1 million to $5 million, you're not set for life. It's really not a lot of money. It's really not a lot of money. To me, that makes you an average American. I'm going to tell you the truth. I feel, and I know a lot of people think I'm a psycho to say that. Most average Americans have a net worth. If you actually look at like the majority, somewhere between $1 to $5 million. Now, I'm not saying liquid cash because I know that that's what Cigar King Sam the Great always says. I'm not saying to you that people that are average Americans have liquid money that is 1 to 5 million. No, I'm not saying that. But most average American households have a net worth, probably 1 million, 2 million. So I'm average. There's nothing that I hate it when people say that about me. I hate it when people say you're success. I never said I was successful. I never said I was successful. I'm an average friggin' Joe. That's all I am. I'm an average American. But now here's the thing. When you get to the regulated stats, when you're worth like 50 to 100 million, yeah, you're a player. That's respectable damn money. I consider you to be rich. I consider you to be a success. 50 to 100 million. Now, if you're worth over 100 million, like that friggin' mother effer who hit the friggin' mega in Florida, that mother effer hit 1.5 billion after they opt for the lump sum, which is 700 and something like 75 million, and then they pay taxes, right? I think it's like a 30 to 40% bracket. They're still left with somewhere between 400 to 500 million. So that person is pretty set up. Now, if you're in the billions, you made it. You made it. That's it. You're the highest plateau. You're like Elon Musk. It's a high. That's you can't get any higher than that. So. What do I inspire in my life? I inspire to keep working hard. I inspire to keep trying to make smart investments. You don't realize it, but I do make smart investments. You think it's only AMC. I do make smart investments. And just keep living life, enjoying life to the fullest, enjoying my wife. That my father used to always say to me, "You're a very successful guy," my father would say. And I would say, "Why?" He'd say, "Because you have a beautiful family. God blessed you. God blessed you with a beautiful family." And he's right. We should all appreciate what we have, not what we don't have. How do we know the regulator is actually rich? Listen, I don't know. How do I know? Hey, what's up, Courtesy Flush? I don't even know that Cindy Lou Who is a woman. Cindy Lou Who could be Lou. Al from Boston could be Lou. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anything. I don't know anything, man. You have a lot of money compared to the average person. I got to tell you, Angel, I looked it up, and if you look up most of the average American, they have a net worth of 1 to say 5 million. I would say I'm average. I don't have a lot of liquid money. I don't. A lot of my money is tied up, whether it's for the kids in a trust, whether it's in real estate, cash and gold in my safe deposit box. I don't touch it. It's savings. It's savings, like I carry around with me. Look, I normally carry about 3 to 4 thousand on me every week. That's my liquid money. Lately, I've been carrying more. I don't know why. I took out that $20,000 and I just keep it with me. I think I have like 16,000 on me now. I don't know why I'm telling you all of this, right? Stand up and shake it out. I got my bowls out right now. You don't want to see. I would be banned from YouTube. Going commando down below. What's up, Sarah? So, did you get puts on AMC? I just don't want to do it, Anthony. Look, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I feel like it's a Citadel move. I feel like people who are doing this, we're kind of going. I just wish that everybody could get the eye of the tiger back with AMC. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to try to remain optimistic. I think people are too burnt. I think people are just too shot. I think there's a possibility that we could still start a fire. I know you don't want to hear it, but I think that if Goldman Sachs' prediction comes true and AMC goes to $175 a share, I think there's a possibility that that thing could rise to 200 to 300 to 400 to 500. But we would have to get that buying frenzy. We would have to get the eye of the tiger back. We would have to buy on the payment flow order. You got to stop, non-payment for order flow. You got to start buying on platforms where you go directly into the lit market. You go directly into no friggin' Citadel. No friggin' Citadel. Stop making Ken Griffin money, you friggin' mother effers. I'm not in denial. Look, what do you want me to say? Hip hop lifestyle. What do you want me to do? You want me to give up? Look, I didn't come this far to quit. I didn't come this far to give up. So what do you say, the regulator? Your wife apparently, listen, you want to hear how hypocritical the regulator is? His wife used to work for Goldman Sachs. That's what he says. He's probably lying, right? But she used to be an investment banker. So don't you think Goldman Sachs still has some say in this market? Goldman Sachs feels, what's your opinion on Goldman Sachs, regulator? Goldman Sachs feels AMC will go to $175 a share. So are you trying to say that you have no faith in Goldman Sachs, the firm that your wife retired from? Mullen to $40. I don't have a lot of it. I got pennies in Mullen. You know what I mean? Mullen is just one of those things where I listen to you. I'm not putting any responsibility on you, Sam the Great, but I gave it a little shot. I didn't go crazy with it. Same thing with so many other plays I got involved with. People break my balls. I don't go crazy with plays. I thought you said it was Goldman. I'm pretty sure you said, I remember reading a comment, regulator, that you said your wife was an investment banker for Goldman Sachs. But if I misunderstood that, I apologize. Can you chug a whole bottle of Pepsi? Absolutely. Without question. But I would do one of those friggin' burps like they did in that movie Elf. I would definitely have a tremendous amount of gas. You see, this is the thing, man. This is another thing I've said a million times to everybody. I'm not looking to be that type of a YouTuber. I'm not looking to be Badlands Chugs. I'm not looking to be Joey Chestnut. People keep saying this shit to me. They're like, Apefather, can you eat like 70 hot dogs like Joey Chestnut in 10 minutes? The answer to that question is no. The answer is no. I can't do it. But here's the thing. Could I actually eat 70 hot dogs? Probably. I probably could. I'm not kidding you. Like if I was just chilling by my pool and it was like a whole day event and I had 3 or 4 hours to just sit back, I could really, like, I remember eating a tremendous amount of food. And sometimes my wife would tell me that she would get scared for me. My wife would get scared for me. There was times like when I'm just chilling out, I would get like 3 porterhouse steaks, 5 porterhouse steaks. It was supposed to be for other people that were at my house, but then people won't eat it. Next thing I know, I'm going through 2 porterhouse, 3 porterhouses, 4 porterhouses, 5 porterhouses. So I could eat a lot of food if I'm not being timed. I'm not looking to be a competitive eater. I'm not looking to down, 50 friggin' drinks at one in 10 minutes. I don't think I can eat a lot in 10 minutes. I really don't, Trey. Trey's mustache. I don't think I can eat a lot of hot dogs in 10 minutes. I'm not a competitive eater. But you know what I would, if I became a star one day, you know what I would do? I would like to get Joey Chestnut to hang out with me. I would pay him for his time. And the point is, I would like him to eat. Me and him will eat, but there won't be like a time clock. There won't be a rush. And I bet you I'll go ahead with him. I can eat 20 hot dogs. So to make a bet with me. Look, the Apefather's man-child just said to me, I cannot eat 10 hot dogs on a live. But what's in it for me if I do it? There's got to be like, when you make a statement, I can't do something, there has to be a wager. What's up? What's up, Bill? Crypto fan. I also said to you, if you listen to me very, very closely, I said to you, just like I said with, I hate to mention this, Progidity. I said that I don't go 100% in big on these plays. I use pennies and I try to turn pennies into dollars. Look, let's see what happens after the reverse stock split with Mullen. Let's see, some people are still saying this thing could do tremendous. Let's see what happens. But I don't understand why. If I could afford to take a risk, let me ask you this question, crypto fan. If I could afford to take a risk, what's the big deal? It's like going to Atlantic City. Listen to me. It's like going to Atlantic City and being a cheerleader for, say, Red. Say, I really feel Red's going to hit right now. And I pump everybody up in the casino. I'm like, Red is about to hit. And I take $1,000 and I throw it on Red. So now let's talk about that. If I lose the $1,000, am I bankrupt? No. Am I begging, for change on the street? No. So the point is, crypto fan, I could afford to lose the $1,000. That's the same exact thing with Mullen. Yeah, I'm being a cheerleader. I'm saying this thing has great potential. This thing could be the next Boaz. But again, I reiterate to everybody, I am not a financial planner. I have a disclaimer. I don't give financial advice. I'm an entertainer. Do your own DD. Do what's best for you. And I always use pennies on these plays. So what else do you want from me? I just like MBOT. I think that the future is robotics. I think that AI is going to be tremendous in the future. All these AI stocks, like Big Bear. I think that there's a lot of future, potential in cannabis. Okay. So listen, why can't I just express my opinion? Why do you have to take everything I say so personal, crypto fan? I feel that cannabis stocks are the future. I feel that robotics is the future. I feel that AI is the future. Okay? Stop taking things so damn friggin' personal. I can't stop videos on AMC because I have a lot of money invested. I have a lot at stake, and I can't give up. Listen to me. I would rather be, okay, let me ask you a question. Okay. You look at the movie Titanic. I want to be like the captain. If I got to go down, I want to go down with the ship. That's it. I'm going to go down with the ship. I'm going to be like those violin players, They played the violins. Did you hear, the movie Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio? They all played the violins until they went down. That's it. I go down with the ship. Or as long as there's life force, as long as there's still, it's like Sylvester Stallone says it the best. He goes, as long as you have 2 fists, here's my other fist. As long as you have 2 fists and a good heartbeat, you got a chance to be the heavyweight champion of the world. So that's it, man. As long as AMC is breathing, as long as AMC is still alive, remember, AMC has great brand potential. Remember that. How do you know Amazon won't come around one day? You know what I mean? How do you know Disney? How do you know Paramount? How do you know some big company might come in and buy AMC? There's so many things that could happen, man. Let's just see what happens. Ow! What's up, Lottie? I did a whole thing on DWAC, brother. Please rewind the tape. I talked about if Trump becomes the president, I talked about if D-Watt completes the merge, I think it could be a home run. I think it could be a grand slam. But if you want to hear my specific thoughts on it, rewind the live stream. Will you and Lou ever do a video one day? I offered Lou a chance to meet me like a man. You know what I said to Lou? You know what I said? Lou, I will friggin' pay $1,000. And you know that Lou never ever had $1,000 dinner in his life. We all know this. You know I've had many thousands of dollar dinners. Okay. Well, Lou has never had $1,000 dinner. I said, Lou, we meet in Manhattan. It's on the Apefather. And you might say, why do I want to meet him? You know, I just kind of I would like to see if Lou would have the balls to meet me and to have me question him on a lot of things, which I know he probably won't have the balls to do. Because at the end of the day, Lou is a con man and Lou is full of shit. And Lou knows that I would completely, just prove that. I would prove he's a friggin' con man. Look, I'm going to tell you, Teddy needs to knock out Lou. Yeah. Well, I think Teddy would, but Lou turned that into a joke. Lou tries to be the tough guy all the time. Remember, he told Teddy, he said, send me an email. Let's set up a date. And he goes, well, box. And then Teddy Zane did that. He sent the email. And Lou just turned it into a joke. Remember, he put the keychains on his ear. He put the bandana on his head, tried to, make a joke out of, Teddy Zane. Lou was the joke. The thing is, I was on Teddy Zane's side. I don't understand why he threw me into it, Teddy. I was on his side. I was loving it. I was like, Teddy, you're the friggin' man. That's what you got to do. Lou's a freak clown. And next thing I know, Teddy was like, oh, friggin' Lou doesn't want to box me. Will Apefather box me? I'm like, why are you breaking my balls, Teddy? Yeah, Lou's destroyed a lot of lives. Okay, he destroyed a lot of people's lives. It all started from Clove, man. I never forget. Remember, he's like, Clove's going to 500, RNVA, GTII. See, even though GTII was ultimately a success, Lou said it was going to have a 2-tier squeeze. He said he was going to grow his beard until GTII reached 100. Lou's not right on XRP. You know he's not right. X-Force my ass. Da 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 da. X-Force. X-Force. Lose your friggin' shorts. No, Teddy there would be no challenge between him and Lou. It would be it'd be like Mike Tyson versus Michael Spinks. I don't have an imaginary net worth. Listen, Crypto Fed, you don't know my business. Listen to me. You don't know my business. You know that me and my wife have a $1 million settlement from the VCF. Okay. You know this, Crypto Fed. You know I have a $600,000 house, Crypto Fed. You don't know a lot about my net worth. You don't know how much gold I have, Crypto Fed. You don't know how much cash I have, Crypto Fed. You don't know how many bonds that I have invested. You don't know anything about me. So you're not in a position to challenge my assessment of a $2 million net worth. What's up, OG D-Star Killer? I'd go live with Clay, bro. I love Clay, bro. He's a good man. Sent me his hoodies, his shirts. My family loves him. Lou, no martial arts. Come on. Stop all that stuff, please. Bro, Lou can't even breathe. Lou can't even. Lou would be out of breath in about 2 seconds. I'm sorry. I'm finishing it up now. I got my family here. My wife's cousin is here. We're about to eat. We're about to jump in the pool. What's up, honey? Sit down. I'm going to finish it up in an hour. We got a minute and 15 seconds left. Any last questions? Yeah, but the regulator, you're right in what you're saying, but you're also not considering the VCF. You're also not considering bonds. You're also not considering real estate. You're also not considering that I have a portfolio. I mean, I could go on and on and on. You're only talking about cash and gold. You're not talking about the VCF. You're not talking about income. This is another thing. You don't know what I have in income every month. That is considered an asset. You know what I mean? Income is an asset. You're not considering my guaranteed monthly income. I don't have to prove anything to you, Crypto, but Crypto Fan, I'll tell you what, when you're ready to make a bet, I'll show you over $100,000 in a bond I have right now, and I will display the bond to you. and I will display the company's name to you. Okay. And I'll show it to you. I'll make a video on it. I'll show you over $100,000 in a bond. And then when I show that, will you give me $100,000, crypto Fed? Okay, but that's the bet. That's the bet. When I show you over $100,000 in a bond, and I will make a video on it. Listen to me. I will make a video on it. I will follow through with it. Make the bet. I have the statement right here. I have the statement right in front of me. I'll show $100,000 in a bond. When I do that, we have to just write a little contract out beforehand. We have to get it notarized that you will send me $100,000. So you let me know when you're ready, brother. You let me know when you're ready. But listen, I got to go. My wife is getting very, very mad at me. She's come in here about 10 times. My cousin is downstairs. I still need to take a shower. Look, I didn't even shave. I look like a friggin' bummy. I look like a hillbilly. You guys are so much hate. So much hate. V for victory. I just want to know, I want you all to know that I really, really pray for all of you. God bless you. God bless your families. I know that this has been a shit show. Listen, it's been a shit show. Adam Aron is a piece of human trash. He's a piece of garbage. Pretty much we're surrounded with garbage. And I just want you all to know, I always have your back. No matter what happens to me in my life, first and foremost, I consider myself a retail investor. I consider myself an AMC ape. No matter what happens to me, I can become the most successful person on earth, and I will never forget AMC, my AMC ape brothers and family. And I just want you to know I love all of you. Stay strong. God bless you, and God bless your families, okay? Apefather loves you. V for victory. Everything I've said on this live stream, remember, it's not financial advice. I got to protect myself. I'm not a financial planner. You always have to do your own DD. Do what's best for you. Don't listen to me. Remember, I'm just an entertainer. Everything I say is entertainment purposes only. Thank you. You're a great person too. Back to the Future. I can't, Tommy. Don't be mad at me. My wife is downstairs with her cousin. I got to eat. They're waiting for me. Julie, you do what's best for you. I agree. I agree with you on your assessment of DWAC, but I am not giving you financial advice. You have to make that decision for you. Yeah, my cousin's wife. Oh my God, you hear what I just said? I said my cousin's wife. That means that we got two ladies downstairs that are looking to get wild and crazy. No, she doesn't have a wife, my cousin. I just said some funny stuff, Jennifer. She's a good-looking girl, right? Margie's a good-looking girl, right, Jen?
Yes, she is. Actually, yeah, well, no, she's not looking for nobody.
She's not looking for nobody. She's hot, baby. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. I gotta go. V for victory. Video's not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. It's for entertainment purposes only. My wife's here again. She's pissed. She's giving me the look. She's giving me that look. You mother effer. End this effing live stream, you fat mother effer. I gotta go. Take care. I'll see you all soon.